Let's see if this actually works. All right, so I went live like a second ago, and then my Elgato screen capture froze. So I'm just gonna go back and forth between some games on my dashboard to see if it freezes. And if it freezes again, then it's just not happening tonight. And Valkyrie Elysium will be put back on my shelf until the end of time. So let's hope this doesn't blow up. Anyway, my initial plan for tonight was just to stream for maybe an hour or two and start out, share some initial impressions on Valkyrie Elysium. It's technically the third game in this series now. Long awaited, long requested. Maybe not exactly what fans wanted. I've heard mostly mixed things about it. I'm a pretty mild Valkyrie profile fan. I busted out my original copies. I've kind of like I have a history with the series to a degree. Um, so I got my original PS1 copy, the PSP port, then Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmeria. So my history with the series, Valkyrie Profile 2 is actually the only one I've legitimately finished. Um, my brother was obsessed with Valkyrie Profile, the original game, and I've kind of seen the entire game multiple times because we used to play games in the same room when we were younger. So I've seen like everything about Valkyrie Profile originally, like hardest difficulty stuff, the Seraphic Gate, all the bonus end game nonsense. And I always thought it was a cool. I mean, my favorite Trice RPG, not just to kind of jump around, but I'm more of like a. Well, my favorite Trice RPG is Resonance of Fate, which was like a PS3, Xbox 360 RPG, mostly because of the soundtrack, to be honest. And it just had a really cool setting and vibe. But Valkyrie Profile was definitely like a unique PS1 era RPG that not a lot of games, um, even for its time, with how big RPGs became on PS1, like there weren't a lot of copycats of Valkyrie Profile. There's been a few as of late, like a lot of some indie devs tried their hand at like a Valkyrie Profile type RPG. I think, um, shit, what was the name of it? It came out a year or two ago. Oh, I don't remember the name of it, but um, it's not like it's kind of a traditionally turn-based RPG series, but the hook or kind of like the gimmick, I guess you could say, was that you could recruit characters. It was kind of like a big recruitment heavy game, and the original game was very strict and very difficult actually because you had to kind of recruit characters, and it was very um, not cryptic, but like a very non-linear kind of. The original Valkyrie profile didn't hold your hand at all. So the characters that you recruited, you would power them up and take them to dungeons, and then you would kind of sacrifice them to Valhalla, and they would kind of contribute to this passive, ongoing war in the background. Um, and it was really unique and interesting, and very systems heavy for its time. But all Trias RPGs were like very systems heavy. So my understanding of this game, this third game, it's an action RPG. I'm really curious. I didn't try the demo, so I'm going in mostly blind. I watched like one of the initial trailers or two. I just like action RPGs. I like the series to a degree. Again, I've only finished the second game, and I really like Valkyrie Profile too. I kind of want to go back and play the original. I played through a good portion of it. I just never finished it. Um, so I'm curious what this game kind of plays like its structure, like whatever they're. I don't know what they're going for. Again, I've heard mixed things. Uh, and I don't even know who the developer is because I don't think Trius made this. So like, one thing Square's been doing recently is hiring like third-party external studios to kind of work on their properties or their IPs, it seems like. And they're just releasing a shit ton of games from basically the summer all the way into early next year. So their release schedule is insane. And every game that they're releasing is more or less an RPG, so they're all like, 30 to 60 plus hour kind of investments. So I don't know why they're cramming in so many games at once. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna play until I kind of start growing weary because I'm already really fucking tired. And I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this game. That field's very Valkyrie Profile 1. I don't even know if Motori Sakuraba did the soundtrack. I'll be able to tell pretty quickly. It seems like my stream stabilized. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm just gonna leave everything default. This sounds very Motoy. The logo's good. I like the background. The kind of wide shot field is how the first game started, I remember. And I wonder why they didn't call it Valkyrie Profile Elysium. Like, they dropped the profile, which is weird. Yeah, this is definitely Motoy. No, not difficulty levels. It can't be changed. You know what? I have a weird feeling this game's kind of like whatever. So I'm gonna try it on hard and see how bad it goes. Whoa, load screen tips with that. Okay. Serious time.
Long before the memory of man, Odin Allfather, chief of the gods, and his brothers combined their strength to slay the primeval giant Ymir, thus forging the world. Under the world tree Yggdrasil, gods and humans dwelled in the realms of Asgard, Midgard, and Niflheim. But their peaceful existence was not to last. The monstrous wolf, Fenrir, bared its terrible fangs upon the world, threatening all existence. Odin stood and fought against the ferocious wolf and its forces in Asgard. But soon, their conflict would envelop all the worlds in war and chaos. The battle waged on incessantly, splitting the sea and sundering the earth. Innumerable lives were lost and the worlds faced utter destruction. No resolution to the conflict seemed in sight. Then, one day, at the climax of their vicious battle, Fenrir sunk its fangs into Odin's neck, tearing his windpipe. And Odin impaled the beast's skull with his spear, Gungnir.
Gungnir? That's how you say it? I don't think I've heard a game say it out loud. I always thought it was Gungnir. Or Gungnir.
The destruction did not cease. The mighty blast of Yalmahorn echoed through the lands, proclaiming the coming end. Versed as he was in the seeress's prophecy, Odin knew all too well that the world was already in the throes of Ragnarok. It was a prophecy that foretold of the end to all things. The twilight of the world before its return to nothingness. In one last attempt
Those are Motoy organs?
Odin created a new class of gods.
I hope this game's not... One thing that's tricky about streaming RPGs is, like, you never know how story heavy they're gonna be in the beginning, and I would never stream an entire playthrough of an RPG. I'd go fucking nuts probably. I'm curious how quickly this game will go. Oh, whoa, okay.
Can you hear me?
I was about to say how quickly this game's gonna drop me into combat.
Of this world and your creator. If
Whoa,
you can hear
okay,
my
hold on.
voice, then proceed further.
Well, this feels like uh I'm speechless, but not like in a good way. I think this game's 60. This maybe it's 60 frames, but man, there's some like major pop-in or some draw distance issues, and none of like the little flowers or grass are swaying or like reacting to your character. This is kind of budget feeling. Reminds. Oh my god, what does this remind me of? What? Keep tilted. Okay. This doesn't like feel right to me. There's something really off about this. I don't know. I mean, I love my janky Japanese action RPGs, but
But first, there is one more lesson I must give you personally.
Here ends your miserable existence.
okay.
I must think of our next move. Be the first to strike.
Who's the developer on this? I didn't see it credited at the beginning, so that makes me nervous. We got some dial combos. It's inoffensive, but not.
Here ends your miserable existence. should be easy enough.
He has like a weird art style. Like there's kind of like a, not cel shaded, but there's black lines kind of. I don't know what you call that, but the chain jump's cool. It's very like Castlevania feeling, but I mean, so I'm assuming what I'm hoping this turns into, at least to retain some sort of Valkyrie profile's identity, is that you, when you hold R2, there's like a button mapping for your skills, and it matches the controller. So square, triangle, X, circle. Right now I just have triangle. Okay, that's like a spell. So your characters were assigned to buttons, and it was turn-based, kind of encounter-based combat in the original. Both, actually both. Well, Valkyrie Profile 2 is 30, I think, but still, I'm pretty sure both, especially the first one, your characters were assigned to the buttons. So you did combos, and you kind of like, there was kind of an active element to the combat, even though it was turn-based. So that was very like unique and sort of like what identified Valkyrie Profile. So I hope it would at least, even if it's an action RPG, like retain that part of it, because other than that, and the setting, obviously, and the name of the game, this feels this is gonna be really really harsh for me to say this. This reminds me of like an Xbox 360 era Japanese like Musou Dynasty Warriors type of game. Like, it's not as, don't get me wrong, it's not as bad as like 99 Nights, but it kind of feels like it's from that period.
You have the power to
Which is
use
what, like
the
10,
souls
15
of
years
the
ago at
dead.
this point?
I will share with you the knowledge I possess of the souls I have sensed out thus far.
Ein Harrier. Oh, I was right. Okay, so they are assigned to the buttons, so that's
Defile
cool.
our souls, you shall be free. Do not hesitate.
Whittle them down, little by little.
You have fulfilled your duties well.
That's cool.
We should move on. Here, the enemy. Do not hesitate.
Did you think you were safe? I suppose this is as far as I go.
Do not fear, for this is your salvation.
So, I answered my question was answered pretty quickly. I should have just waited before I started saying anything.
Show me why it is you fight.
I shall claim victory.
Do not hesitate.
I can handle this. I suppose this is as far as I go.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
A curious contraption indeed. I'm rather fond of puzzles, you know.
Show me why it is you fight.
Looks like I lost. I've done my part.
The tutorial. I didn't read the tutorial quick enough, and now I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Pierce the enemy.
I'm rather fond of puzzles, you know. A curious contraption indeed.
Pierce the enemy. Go, have your fill.
I'll pick off the ones in the distance too.
Oh,
You must
that's cool.
fully utilize your abilities so that you may fulfill your mission. A mission of vital importance.
That's kind of confusing. I'm obviously gonna have to test that out. So, what does that mean?
Fulfill your mission.
Schemes unintended shall be the order of the day. An impressive feat indeed.
Show no mercy. You are all to be purified
Okay.
per Odin's decree. Show no mercy.
Leave it to me.
Divine raging thought.
Show them no mercy, Valkyrie! Can't put behind. This is the true word of the night.
Awaken, my Imperial.
Let's go!
I'm assuming certain Einherjar will have like damage types that, or like environmental effects that repeat probably. I wonder how many recruitable characters there are, because there were a ton in the other game. Oh wait, is that for like a secret over there? Must have been. Jar. Just testing the stairs. I was making sure that the this is like nitty gritty stuff, but like that the characters like feet actually adjust to like the terrain So at least it's not like super janky. The the popping in the grass is a little surprising. And I'm really bummed. It's probably for performance reasons, but really bummed like the grass doesn't move when you run through it. Like that's just so. This isn't like a Xenoblade like open world where you have to compromise and not have like, I don't know. And it's a PS5 game. Like Jesus Christ.
Those things you fought, they are entities known as the undead, formed from the remnant of an impure soul, a truly vile existence.
Okay.
You need my help?
I love how the favorite thing about this game so far is how they incorporated the Einherjar. Like, I'm thrilled, or I think it was smart that they apply your characters to like the buttons on the controller, so that's very similar, at least to the previous two games. And when they talk, like inside your head, it's like their voices kind of like echoed. Or it sounds like it's coming from within her mind. There's a really cool little detail.
Let's go! This is the true work of a knight.
Show no mercy.
I shall claim victory!
I'll be standing here.
Wait, what's going on here? Now I'm confused again. Can I not?
Show me why it is.
Oh.
Everything's fitting into place.
At least the grapple hook adds some like verticality to the level design. I was wondering if this was gonna be. This feels like a PS2 era like 3D Castlevania game. Like this feels like what would have. Combo gauges. I'm starting to play this stuff as a constant continue to this. Oh, I think I skipped these tutorials accidentally.
What fools you are. Defying the gods.
Worthy of
Like this feels like some empty PS2 Castlevania hallway kind of stuff. What is this? Wait, what? This game's confusing.
An easy fight. Show no mercy.
Strike worth its weight in gold.
Excellent work. I am glad to have you. I expected nothing less.
That should swing the battle in our favour.
We must heal our wounds and move on.
Okay. Ooh, it's classic Motoy. But like, it sounds like Valkyrie profile Motoy. That's a good thing. Violet gems. I really want to know who developed this.
I'm rather fond of puzzles, you know. A curious contraption indeed.
Go, have your fill.
I'll pick off the ones in the distance too.
Come on, no secret treasures or anything? Jesus. There's gonna be a battle here. I wanna get my DMC battle walls are gonna surround me.
The undead
Yeah.
often band together. Command your souls to remove all obstacles in your way.
Fulfill your mission.
Did you think you were safe there? Impressive feat indeed.
Guide this blinding light.
Allow me to assist.
Everything's fitting into place.
Go, have your fill.
Schemes and invention.
Guide this blinding bolt.
Show them no mercy, Valkyrie.
The world awaits salvation. Here ends your miserable existence. Show me why it is.
I shall claim
must heal our wounds and move on.
I mean, there's like a lot of so far. There's a lot of like basic action RPG ideas in this game, but I'm kind of good on the tutorial. Like they keep
This should be easy.
introducing new like ideas and mechanics or kind of tutorials, and it's stretching a little too long. I kind of got the idea. I already know where this game's going. I think. So I just want to get on with like the out of this intro. So far, this could just be the tutorial area, but I'm playing on hard, and it's been like whatever so far. I'm assuming it's just because it's the introduction.
Just as I'd hoped. No, even better. Now, remove the final obstacle and bring about your awakening.
A boss time, I guess. Tutorial boss. Kind of cool design. I bet his feet are the weak points. Cool. I wonder who these two that I have that are with me, or if they're just like fake tutorial people, or they're real like summons that I have like a story related thing. Elemental gauge is displayed on the left side of the health gauge. Attacking I already read this, alright.
Awaken, my Imperial.
Landing a divine art on a boss while they are in elemental crush will immobilize them for a longer period of time. Okay. Oh, his head's a weak point. Perfect guards or perfect dodging? You got guard breaks.
Guide this blinding bolt.
Show them no mercy, Valkyrie. This should be simple enough. This is the true work of a
You can't do like aerial cancels though. Yeah, you can't cancel. You're like committed. Oop. Is that a perfect guard? I don't. I may have done a perfect dash thing? I don't know. There was no tutorial for like perfect guards or whatever.
Show me why it is.
Need my help?
Guide this blinding bolt.
Show them no mercy, Valkyrie.
Let me practice. Let me see if there's a... That was a guard break.
Guide this blinding bolt.
Allow me to assist.
That was a guard break.
Guide this blinding bolt.
Allow me to assist.
All threats will be eliminated.
Oh, weird. This is so weird. I don't know how I feel about this yet. It's just a tutorial, though. Yes, I will return to Valhalla. Cool. Intro done. Alright, that's it. Time to wrap it up. I'm starving. Oh. Talk to Odin.
Valkyrie, heed my words. Ragnarok tears our world asunder. All we hold precious lies on the brink of annihilation. The war on Asgard and Midgard snuffed out the life spark of many. And I am left, gravely injured from battle with that wicked wolf. That is why I created you, my vassal of peace.
I don't know if this has, like,
I,
connections to the other two games.
Odin All-Father, command you. Become my tool of
This seems like a kind of a reboot.
and save this world from doom.
I gotta watch that intro again,
As
so I
you
was,
command.
like, streamer distracted. I wasn't paying attention for some
Travel to
reason.
Midgard and purify its lost souls. Even as we speak, the stagnating souls multiply. Purification will stem the effects
This
of
is the
Ragnarok.
true God of War
It shall be
Ragnarok,
done as you
right?
wish, All Father.
This game won't stand a chance to God of War Ragnarok. Head to Midgard. Touch the globe when you wish to go down to Midgard. Its power will transport you there instantaneously. Now go, for we have little time left. So I really hope one of the coolest things about the first Valkyrie profile, besides it being pretty unique for its time, just some of the stuff I said at the start of the stream about it, the characters that you recruited or that were on Midgard that you had to, like, you know, recruit them and save their souls and send them to Valhalla so they could fight this war, they had really cool, like, little, like, there were sort of like vignette little stories, like little scenarios that were, like, kind of enclosed, like character stories. Like, you got to learn about, like, a character's death and their background, and it was really, like, tragic, kind of interesting scenarios. It was very, like, a really dark, depressing sort of game. I hope that's what they're doing with this. This is an interesting hub. This feels like, I wouldn't quite say this is like Dynasty Warriors-esque, at least the combat. It's a little step above it. Oh, what's all this shit? Cool garden. Is it save crystal? Yeah. Weapon in hand. Alphadur. Alphadur? Oh, these menus. I don't have the mind for this. Oh my god. I don't want to read this at 9 p.m. on a Thursday night. Alright, so it's dial a combo, 4 squares. Oh, triangle. Triangle's like a hard slash, I guess. Square, 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 triangle. Square, square, triangle. Square in the air. I was just kind of overblowing what this was. It's just squares and triangles. Combinations of them, or four times of them. And then you get, it looks like you just upgrade. This is very action gamey. It's not RPG, or I mean, it's an action RPG, but let's just save before we enhance anything. Ooh, you got custom save menus. The AI or the user interface, the UI's kind of slick. You get like a cool little profile character pictures. No, just the that intro is 40 minutes. You get a little snapshot of where the save area is. I wanted some cool... Oh, let's look at my menus. Lightning bolt. Okay, so you can have... Oh, this is very like Drakengard. You can have 4 weapons, I guess? Or like a right... I'm assuming these are weapon slots. You can have 4 divine arts. Oh, weapons and items. Weapons and items, 4 divine arts, and then you have your Valkyrie, right? Wait, oh. Look how many basic stats there are! This is way less RPG. Physical attack and magic attack. Oh wait, maybe never mind. No, it's just physical magic attack and, like, new moves? Physical magic... Physical damage and magic damage reduction. Pretty basic. Some support skills... Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, double jump. I don't know how much SP I have. Okay. I like collection menus. You got a bestiary, cool. I don't know what Hollow Blossom is. Good, you got like a little terminology book. You can catch up on stuff. Hey, Silent Snake. How you doing? And they took away my Unhariar from the tutorial, so that's interesting. I'm just surprised how, like... Is my CP in the bottom left corner? Let's just upgrade something. No, it's not. Wait, where's my CP? I don't even know how much I have. Oh. Wait, I get it. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear. Hope it's nothing like work related, or I won't ask, but that sucks. Oh, here's the quick. A quick evade is kind of like a what the hell is it called? Perfect dodge, I guess. Evade just before an enemy attacks hits you will negate the attack entirely, evading an unguardable. Oh, it's like a Bayonetta witch dodge. Definitely want that. Let's just do the first skill of every category. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll upgrade this weapon. I don't know. I feel like I'm about to get something new. Upper slash? Sure. Oh, this is like testing it out. I don't need to do this. Yeah, it's very basic, like DMC character action game stuff. Cool.
Here ends your miserable existence.
Nothing over here. I bet all your Einherjar that you collect are scattered around your base once you collect them. This feels so budget. Not like in a bad way, but this map's cool. The world map is really cool in the first game. As Ragnarok wreaks havoc on the world, the All-Father Odin creates Valkyrie, his claimer souls. Odin then commands that Valkyrie to head to Midgard and purify any wayward souls to stave off the world's destruction. This is like very much like a reboot idea of the original Valkyrie profile. I have no idea if this connects to the other two games. Main quests, Hollow Blossoms? Are those collectibles? Let's just get in here. I'm already feeling wary from this. Storage camps and Hollow Blossoms. Purify the cell to Louise Castle. The look of the game's not bad. It's just like I'm surprised. It feels very like I really don't like how my first thought was 99 Nights. What? Yeah, that's what I like actually like. I mean, I was so desperate for Japanese games on Xbox 360 at launch that I played the shit out of 99 Nights, and I got 1,000 gamer score Silent Snake, just because I had like nothing else to do, and I was a completionist, and all I would do like anytime I could get my hands on like any Japanese game, especially during that 360 PS3 era, because that was rough for some time. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll play that. And yeah, that whole 1 million troops meme, that's like one of the earliest like internet, I feel like Twitter jokes maybe. Maybe not the earliest, but it was early days of like game meme kind of stuff. And I think that was for 99 Nights too, wasn't it? Or was that for the first 99 Nights? And the fact that Valkyrie Profile 3 essentially reminded me of 99 Nights may or may not be a good
An undead. So this is what happens when a soul stagnates.
indication for how this game is. Hey, Keela. I was hoping you'd show up for this because I'm giving like the kind of straight read of this so far. Honestly, it's not as bad as 99.9.
Back to the void.
This is the actually, so I forgot these were coming out so soon. So the other night I downloaded the demo of this game and the Diofield Chronicles that just came out. But I also pre-ordered them, and I was gonna stream the demo of both of those games. And then this game showed up today, and I'm like, oh, so just play the full release. I didn't realize it was out so soon. So yeah, this is the full game. The most 6 or 7. Oh, whoa. Can I jump over there? If you're familiar with Easy Allies, they're like one of my favorite gaming kind of former game journalists, sort of gone independent games media people, but one of the people in their group has a thing that's called swimming in sevens. And it's kind of like an endearing, what's the word I'm looking for? Like their opinion of a game that's swimming in sevens isn't necessarily like a bad thing. And I don't think this is like bad, but yeah, this is like not. So yeah, I feel bad. They have lost a lot of people. I've been following them for a few years now. I wasn't there when I didn't even know they were former game trailers people, like 5 or 6 years ago, I think. Because a lot of them have been in the industry for a long time, relatively, I guess. And then that whole thing collapsed, and then they formed that Easy Allies, and I was loosely aware of them or following them, like in their early days, but maybe over the past like 2 to 3 years, I've been watching their stuff more. But yeah, like the original owner left, or like the guy who started it, kind of, he left and retired. Kyle Bossman, who was kind of one of their bigger figureheads for the group, quit and is doing his own streaming thing now on his own channel and does like freelance stuff, I guess. And now just one of their other guys, like one of their best writers and reviewers, Ben Moore, was it? He just decided to quit and leave for personal reasons, he says. But yeah, they seem like I can't get a read on if they're like how much they're struggling. They just did like a fundraiser to kind of get more money for their Patreon to kind of keep the, you know, the ship moving there. But they're honestly like my favorite. Their whole couch setting, not to go on like a tangent, but their whole couch kind of like, we're just a bunch of really close friends hanging out on a couch like bullshitting about games is what I would kind of wanted, how I'd like to portray like myself even with streaming, because I really like that really casual, like just close friends hanging out, not putting on like an act or anything, and just kind of like bullshitting about games, because that's what I like to do. They're my favorite in the kind of more immediate gaming sphere right now, compared to like Kind of Funny, which I'm not like super into the Kind of Funny crew. I've gotten more into the Min-Max group, which were like former Game Informer people, Ben Hansen and all of that. If you're familiar with them. Like Min-Max I like to watch. Easy Allies is my favorite in terms of like, I used to be really into Giant Bomb like a lot of people, but then a lot of those guys left as well. And I follow Nextlander pretty casually as well, which is like some of the former Giant Bomb people, but like everyone's just doing their own either independent thing or Patreon thing. It's been really interesting to kind of follow all of them. But anyway, Michael Huber from Easy Allies, this would be his swimming in sevens, so you're absolutely right. Yeah, I honestly, I don't like. This isn't like a hot take or anything, and I don't have like a problem, like a serious problem with them. I don't like Greg Miller, to be honest. Like I just don't like vibe with him. There's something about Greg Miller that just kind of like I don't like watching them. Yeah, well, that's a good way to. Do you watch? What do you think about what's his name? Oh my god, the big fighting game streamer. He's been around. Maximilian. Are you a fan of Maximilian? I'm assuming. I've been watching him more lately here and there, just because I like. I mean, I'm a very casual fighting game fan, but his perspective on fighting games is really interesting. Yeah, I'm kind. I see. Greg always just. I couldn't like. I just didn't enjoy listening to him, so I don't know. Oh, shit. I figured you like. I like Maximilian too. Um. I don't watch him obsessively. Like I watch Easy Allies more than Maximilian, but okay. But that makes sense. Yeah, I would imagine any fighting game fan watches him because he's like the top, like fighting game personality from at least from my understanding. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I like the people they have on Kind of Funny sometimes. Like I really like Janet Garcia. It seems like a freelancer. She does her own thing, and then she also makes appearances on Kind of Funny, and she does things on MinMax as well. I really like her. But most of the Kind of Funny panel, I'm just like, I don't vibe with like at all. Just simple as that, I guess. I know Matt McMuscles. I never really watched. I know some of the, yeah, Justin Wong, I know, obviously. I don't know the other two. What is that? What's Good Gaming? Okay. Is that Sapium or Sajam? I'm reading that wrong. My eyesight's bad.
Here ends your
He's a fighting
miserable
game person, I would imagine.
I will not stop until the world is saved.
See, I feel like I'm super jaded as well, but I just constantly am devouring podcasts still. I love staying on top of all the news as much as everything's like garbage and shit. I'm super jaded as well. Like I totally get it, but I can't like. I listen to gaming podcasts constantly. I still like 8-4. Oh, they're one of my favorite groups as well. They're not so much like they have a podcast, but they're more like localizers. But they're former game industry people too, like Game Informer and One Up people. The 8-4 Play, like Mark McDonald, John Ricciardi.
This should be easy enough.
Okay, I'll look them up. Yeah, like honestly, if I
must think of our next move.
if I would join any group, it would be Easy Allies, because I love their group streams or their studio. Their studio's in Los Angeles, and they're one of the few that have kind of a studio. I know Kind of Funny's coming out with a studio, or they had one formerly, and then COVID happened, and everyone had to do like Zoom call websites and Zoom call podcasts. But Easy Allies has returned to their studio, even with all the people that have left, and the kind of like Jones, the head guy, sort of leaving and all that. Like, they're my favorite in terms of like just chill like vibes. KO? No, I never heard of Triple KO. Okay, so these memories are just like little lore pieces. I listened to 8-4 Play, which is the 8-4 podcast, Min-Max's podcast, Easy Allies podcast, Nextlanders, Giant Bombs I was really following, and then I fell out because like everyone split, and I still like Jan Ochoa a lot. I think I like Nextlanders more at the moment.
Perish in peace.
What I repel off of more than actually Kind of Funny, and I don't think this is a hot take or anything, was probably G4 in any form. I never liked G4 in like any fashion, previously or current. I watched like something of G4 recently, and I'm just like, not for me. I'm sorry, guys. I'll have to look. I'm not familiar with those. I'll have to check them out. Uppercut. Yeah, G4 sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I don't think I've listened to Uppercut is a website too, right? Yeah, I mean, I used to watch the, I mean, Jesus Christ, remember Jeff Keighley with Spike TV? Like, the video game shit on Spike TV was horrible. But that's like, I feel like there was so little back then. I mean, Giant Bomb was around forever, and they kind of had their own website and their own, they kind of started the whole, all of them and Jeff Gerstmann sort of started that, like, kind of couch voyeur gaming style of video content or whatever. Like, they were there before kind of like streaming became a thing. Now I feel like it's really interesting seeing all the former Giant Bomb people kind of like fall into kind of traditional Twitch streaming and doing their own Patreons, because it's just like I'm attempting to do that like on my own between my blog. Like, my blog's like a website, and I'm writing very like casually. Like, I've made 40 cents from advertisements on my writing blog. Like, my YouTube's like channels, whatever. But I've been trying to actively like upload whatever streams I've been doing and like sort of make content. So like but I don't have any expectations with this at this point. But it's really interesting seeing people who did it for their career, and then all the shit that's happened in the industry, and then them leaving their respective, you know, employers in the gaming industry, to do kind of like what, you know, a common person is doing, and just to see kind of how like raw and like, oh, like I could do this or anyone can do this. But I mean, they have years of experience and kind of like followings of obviously of people who followed them on their original websites and careers. So it's a little different in that respect. But like what they're watching, like Jeff Gerstmann kind of like start his Patreon and like stream with like the shitty graphics that he was using, it was like, Jesus Christ, like. Yeah, I always wanted to be in games media, and I still do to a degree. It'll never happen for me though. And a part of me has always fought with the whole like, do I want to make my job my passion? Because I love gaming so much. Like, I don't know if I'd like it as a job. But I like writing about stuff. Like, I still like writing about and talking about games, so I don't know how to look at it. But yeah, it seems very, very hard, really toxic and bad everywhere. I mean, every fucking company in place at this point sucks. And is toxic and horrible. But the gaming industry seems super hard to break into, and it just seems really... it might turn a passion into a job, and I don't know.
Here ends your miserable existence. A futile.
Oh, cool, doing some perfect dodges. Yeah, I mean, even I've been at my job for 10 years, and it's in finance, which is not is the furthest from my passion, financial reporting, and it's allowed me to pay my bills and like live to a degree. I don't get paid as well as I'd like to, or I should be probably, like a lot of people probably think for their job. But I know what you mean though.
Back to the road.
I don't know if I should stop here or not. Like, I'm already feeling exhausted from this. Oh, it auto-equip stuff. Okay. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, I want double evade. Tax increase after tax increase, all to continue the king's foolish campaign. If Ragnarok really is upon us, then I wish it would hurry up and take us all into the abyss. That's pretty bleak and funny. That's how I feel about the world right now. Just let that meteor that NASA disrupted. Just take us out. Who gives a shit anymore? Okay, so there's another memory. Oh, that's what that meant. Okay.
Be the first to strike. Lance of flame. Fire alarm. Stay vigilant.
These things are everywhere. Yeah, so far I'm playing on hard and it's not like a big deal, so I wonder when the difficulty will get a little bit more demanding.
This should be easier now.
Trying to practice the perfect dodges. Well. Yep.
Here ends your miserable existence. The world awaits salvation. Fire alarms.
Yeah, this is very swimming in sevens. This is very okay. I'm not offended by it. I'm a little disappointed. It seems like it's lost some of the Valkyrie profile, like, kind of identity by becoming like an action RPG like this.
The holy laws decree your obliteration. Flames billow and swirl. Your purification is at hand.
Unpurified souls.
Here ends
Oh.
your miserable.
Like almost took damage there. I just want to play Bayonetta 3. I'm just passing time till Bayonetta 3 comes out.
Healing bounty. This should be easy enough.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of stuff like I usually am, but I'm really feeling like, as far as like the rest of the year, I want to play Bayonetta 3, A Plague Tale Requiem. They're my like 2 most wanted, and they come out in October. Sonic Frontiers, I'm very like morbidly curious about, and I'll play it anyway. Callisto Protocol I'm looking forward to, but I'm not like, I think that'll be a game once I start playing it, I'll be really kind of excited about it, but all the trailers I've seen, I'm like, yeah, that looks like Dead Space. I like Dead Space. I'm kind of waiting, well, whatever. I'm not going to really be like following that game for very much longer, because I know I'm going to play it, so I don't really need to see anything else. What the hell else is coming up by the end of the year? I have a whole list. Bayonetta 3 is probably my most wanted, followed by Plague Tale Requiem. Yeah. Wait, where am I going? Oh, weird. Okay.
Be the first to strike. Stay vigilant.
I'm gonna get to the next save point, and then I'm like starving, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream soon, I think.
Defiled soul, you shall be freed.
Whoa! Calm down, game.
Perish in peace.
How many treasure chests? Let's see what's up ahead, and then I'll maybe call it. This feels like a boss fight. And it looks like maybe a town. I was kind of hoping there were going to be like towns in this game. But I already know about enemy weaknesses. Oh my god.
Here ends your misery. Flames billow and swirl.
Oh no! Whoa, did I actually die? Whoa! My first death!
Let us try that again.
I'm glad I saved. I got launched there though. I don't know what's going on.
The holy laws decree your obliteration.
Alright, it wasn't a big deal.
An easy fight.
Alright, this just seems like more area. So I'm gonna go back to the save point and wrap this up. Tired.
What fools you are, defying the gods. Defiled soul, you shall be free.
Where am I going?
Stay vigilant.
I said I was gonna go back and save and quit out of this, and I just keep going. Maybe it's doing something right. Or I'm just feeling like super brain dead, and this game's extremely brain dead so far. Nope, shouldn't be in here. It sucks you can't cancel out of your attack animations unless you have to learn that. That's a skill you can unlock. Because you are locked into... You can't do... I'm hoping there's an air dash later because there's a double jump. But... Yeah, you can't cancel out of your combos into a dash. That sucks.
What fools you are! Defying the gods! Do not fear, for this is your salvation.
Alright, I've had enough. Oh, this town's huge! Yeah, I'm not in the mood for this. I want to know who made this. I can't believe whoever like the side developer is or the main developer. I don't. Cause this is not a Trius game. Like they weren't credited on the title screen or the intro boot up. Like I gotta go Google it, I guess. But like who the fuck who developed this is my first question. Because I know like Near Replicate, for example, was not done by Platinum Games. It was like Toy Box or some other like third party developer that I'm not familiar with. So like Square Enix has been hiring a lot or outsourcing a lot of their work, not like in a bad way like they used to back in like the PS3 360 era. Like we're not getting the interesting thing about like Square's output right now, I feel yeah, can I just quit out the title screen? I've had my fill of this game. So, how do you fucking say that? Soleil? Is that who you just looked up? Is that who it is? Yeah, it's just Square Enix in the bottom right corner is what's credited. I mean, I'm sure I'd see it in the credits like, whenever I finish it. Oh, that's right. Oh wow, Ninjala, remember that game? I heard so I have that Samurai Battle Through Time game, Samurai Jack. I heard that was like kind of decent. You know what? I think they're former Team Ninja developers. Because I heard that Samurai Jack game's kind of like Ninja Gaiden like. Ninjala I've heard mixed to like whatever things about. It was like a wannabe Splatoon sort of situation, I remember. I don't even know if it's active. Can you even play Ninjala online on Switch right now? So I think the difference with like there was a dark period yeah, total C team tier. That's for sure, Keylock. But for me, the difference, this wasn't like offensive. It was very just like, yeah, it's like a C. It's like swimming sevens. 6 or 7 was like the perfect way to describe it. Yeah, I'm sure there's some like producer, maybe director from like the original Well, I don't know, because Trius usually develop Valkyrie Profile games. Like Square Enix published Valkyrie Profile 2, but they Enix by themselves published, I think, or PlayStation or Sony maybe did the original Valkyrie Profile. But I will say I love Square's output generally right now. I think they're a little crowded. Like this just came out a week ago, and then this just came out today, I think. The Dio Field Chronicle. This is a demo I downloaded, but my copy's actually showing up tomorrow, and I was maybe gonna do like an initial impression stream of this as well. I'm gonna delete this now because my copy's coming. Um, but Dio Field, I think I don't know who made that either, but that's a Square Enix published game, and that's another weird developer that no one knows of, I think. Um, yeah, like this seems it's forgettable, inoffensive, kind of like what's the point of it? I don't know how much of a brand recognition Valkyrie Profile has anymore. I think it's cool that it's come back to a degree. But not again, like super fans want like the traditional 2D turn-based RPG that it was. Even the Valkyrie Profile 2 was more true to the original game's vision, I think. Because this just feels like a 3D character action game from the PS3 360 era. Maybe not as janky, but with just the it's like everything in but the name, or it's everything in the name, but like everything else is what it feels like. My favorite thing about it, honestly, and I'm glad they took this route because it's what I thought of before they introduced it, was that again, your characters that you recruited in the original games were like, or at least the first game, were assigned to the buttons on the PlayStation controller. So square, circle, X, triangle, and like there was like an active element to the turn-based combat. Like wherever was assigned to triangle, it would like launch that character out, the ones you recruited and assigned to your buttons or whatever. So they took that idea and they put it like in a 3D action game. And some of the Einherjar stuff's cool. Like I like how their voices are in your head and the voice sounds echoed and they talk in real time. I haven't recruited anything yet, and I have like 2 hours on it nearly. Well, that's what's weird though. Like how are they producing all of these games though? Like, and why are they releasing so I feel like there's some tax write-off thing happening, or there's some weird shady corporate reasoning, I think, why they're releasing all of these games like before the end of the year, or because it's so many. Like we just had, there's Dio Field Chronicle, Valkyrie Elysium, Tactics Ogre Reborn comes out soon, Forspoken's early next year, Harvestella on Switch comes out in November, December. Yeah, you think it's the quarterly thing? Whatever their quarterly year end is? It has to be like a business reason. Because none of these games are going to breathe, and they're all giant RPGs. Like, I'm crazy enough that I want to check them all out eventually, but I won't. I don't know when I'll finish this game. Or when I'll even get back to it. Like, I haven't even fucking started Strangers in Paradise. Like, I downloaded it and I installed it. And this came out earlier this year, right? Like, what is their output? It's like, there's no breathing room for any of these games. I won't go back. Look, I haven't, let me just say this with me with RPGs. Yeah. Well, I do play a lot off stream. I've mostly finished shorter to medium length games this year, but I'm closing to my goal. Like I'm almost hit my 52 goal for the year. You know, maybe like half of them are like games that are less than 10 hours total. But I finished Elden Ring finally. I put 100 hours into that. I finished Ys 9 this year. So I finished some beefy games this year. This is probably like a 30-hour game without doing all the side shit. Yeah, I think this is probably short. I didn't look at how long to beat, but I don't know if anyone's beaten it yet. Is this 15 hours? That makes it more appealing to me, though. I heard Dio Field Chronicles pretty short, too. Tactics Ogre is a beefy game. I'm not gonna I'll play that casually whenever. I'm not gonna finish that this year, but I'm picking that up as well. Panic Ogre's incredible. But yeah, they've got like 5 or 6 RPGs, big, medium to bigger sort of releases coming out from now, this past month or so, all the way through early next year. It's just so many of them have either little marketing, there's no breathing room, there's cross interest between all of them. Like if you like one, you'll probably be interested in the other. Like no one's got time for this shit. Like, and then even from like a reviewer critic's perspective, like who's fucking reviewing this? Like you better have a crew like Easy Allies who has like 7 or 8 people who can maybe divide coverage on all of these games, because otherwise it's like I don't understand it. These games are just being sent to die. Like very weird. But that's what the last thing I wanted to say. I kind of got off track. These games seem like a higher quality level overall than like what we had from Square Enix PS3 360 era. Like you remember like the Front Mission PS3 game and some of like the kind of westernized games they released during the PS3 360 era. It was a dark period for a little bit, and I think we've been long out of that now. And all of this stuff's like good, like, but it's a lot. But the quality levels are like a little higher than it was in the previous generation, I feel like. And these projects seem like a little bit more focused and not so misguided. Like Front Mission on PS3, whatever that game was called. I don't even know if it had a subtitle. There were other games too. I'm not just picking on the Front Mission game. I don't know. Just weird times. Like good times, but weird times between big and small developers, I feel like. And Japanese games are just like thriving again, I think overall. Like I think this is cool that this exists, but you're right. Like why does it exist? So, all right. Oh, I'll do my usual. What's the trophy list? How crazy does this look? Oh, how many chapters is it? Oh my god. 9 chapters. 9 chapters. I'm assuming this is the final boss, Fenrir. Complete every ending. Oh no. Oh, there's rankings. There's S ranks. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, Keylog. It was fun hanging out. And everyone else who stopped in. Alright, some combat things, every ending, every quest. Triple S, learned all, blah blah blah. Alright. I just wanted to look at the trophy list, see how there's 10, presumably 10 chapters, 9 or 10 chapters. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I might stream tomorrow night, this weekend a little bit. I don't know. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. But alright. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.